What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we have two things. We have monthly checks going out next week. We also need to talk about the second infrastructure bill, the human infrastructure bill. There will be a vote next week. So we're going to talk about both of those things. But first off, on this channel, we talk about news that matters. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so monthly checks will be going out. So the child tax credit, we have 2 more months. So you have November and December. Now, we need to see what they're going to do with the second infrastructure bill, or that human infrastructure bill, because that is going to determine what happens next. Are they going to extend it for another year? And if they do extend it for another year, then that child tax credit, people will still be receiving those monthly payments after December. If they do not extend it, then it will be over in December. However, when you file your taxes, your 2021 taxes in 2022, you will get the rest of the tax credit. Okay, so that's what's planned. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what to look for when it comes to this second infrastructure bill. So there will be a vote. That vote, well, they're talking right now, they're saying, the House is saying that they will vote on that second infrastructure bill next week. And this is coming from the progressive chair, okay, Ms. Jayapal. Representative Jayapal indicated a couple of days ago that they will have a vote on that second infrastructure bill. And the moderate Democrats in the House, they're waiting for the CBO score. Now, the CBO score is going to give an estimate of how much this second infrastructure bill will cost. And so the moderates have indicated, look, we want to know how much this is going to cost. Once the CBO comes out with the numbers, then we will go, as long as those numbers are pretty much what's anticipated, like 1.75 trillion, as long as it's around that number, then the moderates will go ahead and vote for the second infrastructure bill. Now, we don't know what will happen if the numbers aren't even close. So let's say the numbers come out and it's, instead of 1.75 trillion, it's looking more like it's going to cost 2 trillion or 2.5 trillion or something like that. So if we're looking at a situation where it's going to cost a lot more than what's anticipated, now we're looking at a situation where the moderates might say, you know what, we don't want to vote for this second infrastructure bill. So that's what we're looking at. Now, the House will vote on it, but that doesn't mean that it will become law, because the Senate still has to vote and then the president has to sign it. And so the anticipation is the House will go ahead and move forward. They have the numbers, they can move forward. They just need a majority vote. And once they get that, then they'll send it over to the Senate. And now in the Senate, you need all 50 Democrats to vote for it. And then you need the Vice President, Kamala Harris, to come in, break the tie. And then at that point, it will go to the president, and then the president can go ahead and sign it. So we're only in the first stage of this bill at the current time. And so we'll have to see if they vote on it next week, and if they do vote on it next week, what will the Senate do? Because we already know that Senator Sinema and Senator Manchin, they both have issues with this bill. And every day we're finding out something new. Senator Manchin is bringing up a lot of different things. A couple of days ago, he was talking about inflation, and now he's talking about some of the different tax credits for electric vehicles. And it's all, there's always something when it comes to Senator Manchin. He's always, it's kind of like one of those situations where you think you have a deal, and then they say, oh, but you know, what about this? And then what about that? And then what about this? And it just keeps going on and on and on. And my opinion when it comes to Senator Manchin at this point, I think he just wants to stall as long as possible, and he does not want to move forward with this second infrastructure bill. And I think it was all, he was saying that he would negotiate and cooperate only to get that first infrastructure bill signed. And now that that's signed, I think he's going to continue to talk about inflation and continue saying that we can't spend any money at this right now, so we need to wait, And we might, unfortunately, see this push into 2022, and the only savior that I see at this point is 2022 is an election year. That's the only savior. And I think because it's an election year, you will have some politicians that will start saying, okay, this is urgent. We need to do something for the American people. Now, Senator Manchin, he's not going to be running for re-election next year. So he does have a little bit of a cushion, but some of the other politicians will be running for re-election. All of the House members will be running for re-election, and then you have a third of the Senate. And so some of those senators might say, look, let's negotiate, and they might just pull a lot more stuff out of this second infrastructure bill. I'm saying if it gets to next year. If it gets to next year, especially if we're looking at around April, May, June, that time, they're going to definitely need to get something done. And we could anticipate having some of these senators come out and say, look, just give us something. We just need a win. And so we'll have to see what they do with that. But at the current time, we have the checks going out on Monday for the child tax credit. And then we also have this second infrastructure bill, this human infrastructure bill. And we'll have to see if they vote on it in the House. Now, if you guys have any questions, just let me know down below. If you have a comment, please leave it down below. And I plan to start mixing up the content now. I want to start talking about some other things. I don't want to just keep talking about this infrastructure bill, this second infrastructure bill. So I want to add some more value to the channel. And so if you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and put them down below. And one thing that I will talk about is I like saving money. I think we all like saving money. I think we all like spending less. And so there are different ways that I do that, and I want to share some of those ways with you. And so in the future, I will do some videos on how you can save money. I'll go to some of these places. One of the places that I love to shop is Costco. I love going to Costco because you can get a lot for less. And you're not always getting a really good deal, but Costco has some real good deals out there. If you really search, you'll find some. And so I want to share that with you, not just Costco, but some of the other places as well. We're coming into a time now where people are going to be going shopping a lot just because of the holidays, Black Friday, all that. So I want to share some of that information with you as well. And if you guys have other ideas, let me know. Let me know what your ideas are. Another thing that I like to do is I like to get credit cards. And I like to travel, so I get these travel credit cards. Something else that I will be sharing with you guys, just to give you different alternatives. Because when it comes down to the whole credit card thing, and the reason that I'm so passionate about that is because you don't have to spend more money. You're paying these credit cards off every month. You don't have to spend more money. All you do is you use the card on your everyday purchases. You earn points. You use those points to travel. And that's what I do. And so you're traveling for a lot less. And in some cases, you're traveling for free, or you're staying at a hotel for free. You might have to pay a little bit for airfare, but you can stay at a hotel for free. You can use the points for airfare, but you have to pay the taxes in the fees. But that's generally not that much. It might be $100, but you're flying somewhere business class or first class, that ticket could cost you thousands of dollars. So anyway, I want to share some of that stuff with you as well. So we're not just going to talk about the legislative side. I do want to share some other ways to save money, because I know a lot of my audience, you guys are on a fixed income, you might be on Social Security, and you might be retired, and you might be in that situation where you can't just work overtime and earn extra money. So if you can't do that, then you're going to have to find different ways to make your dollar go further. So that's what I want to talk about. So that's where we're headed with the channel. So please subscribe, hit that little bell notification. The reason why we always say hit the bell notification is because when you hit that bell notification, that will notify you anytime that I post a video. So you'll get a notification on your phone. Oh, the TEC show just posted a video, and so you can go check the video out. If you do not hit the bell, you don't always get notified. And so if you are wondering why you might not see notifications coming from me, that might be one of the reasons. You subscribed to the channel, but you didn't hit that notification bell, and because of that, you're not getting those those updates. And I post videos every day, so if you see it goes a couple of days and you haven't seen any notification from me, well, then you know that you might need to go back in there and make sure you hit that notification bell. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.